The students are doing a part degree programme at Newcastle College, that's right. And you obviously performed last year as a group, and you're back for more, which is excellent. And you're going to be singing Rodgers and Hammerstein on Broadway medley. going to squeeze in. Thank you, that was amazing. Very, very good performance. I'm going to go to John, I think, our chief judge for this, to start the comments off, please.
Loved you. Loved the way in which you put it together. Clearly, you are used to a stage. You manage the movement effortlessly. It's part of your training. There were some high spots. The soprano soloist standing to your right. Girl at the front? Yeah. I don't know, my view is that you have a very, very fine voice hidden inside you, and you should go and find the best teacher you can, wherever, because there is a serious voice in there, and I really do think that that particular voice needs looking after. Some real quality that I was hearing there.
Brilliant feedback. Thank you.
It's all right. For what it's worth. As a choir, compared with last year, you have changed out of sight. Last year you won all the accolades for unison singing. Do you remember? You've gone away and you've done some work on parts, and that's come across. But as with so many stage singers, I just come back from London and went to see Les Mis, and it was great. The Les Mis production is just knockout. What comes across so much of the time is endless chest voice. Now, part of it is this problem of how do I stand on a stage and how do I project? If you're not careful, and this is particularly true of sopranos and altos, of women, then that chest voice starts to become, and I'm going to use the word, you might not like it, but I'm going to use it, harsh and a little ugly. It loses its quality. And therefore, what you hear is the harshness of the sound, not the beauty of the chord that you are singing. Now, that's a harsh criticism, but you're worth it, because you have real quality as a group, and you need to work at that. It actually can be hard on the ear for some people in the audience. So I would ask you really to be careful about the difference between projecting and over-projecting, and it almost becomes shouting. Just be careful. Some of you are nodding your head. Wow. That suggests that you seem to be aware of it. Little things. If you said, don't be afraid of the dark, you wouldn't say, don't be afraid of don't be afraid, breath of the dark. And you wouldn't say, the sweet silver song of the lark. You would say, the sweet silver song of the lark, and go right the way through the line. By doing that, when you get to the end and your big finish, you know, just before you sing the word alone, and your conductor brought you off, and then you sing alone. Two things. First of all, the word is alone. We all know then, because there is a separation, that this is important. If you make too many separations when you're singing earlier in the piece, it loses its power at the very end. And you all take this so seriously. So comments like that are very important to take to heart. I loved your performance. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Really, really good feedback there, guys. And should be really pleased. Go to Barry next, please.
Elliot, are you a hypnotist? Yes? A little bit. Something, I remember thinking this last time, you know, like, he's just freaked us out. Completely. It's terrifying. I don't know, you know, it's like you're in a different world, you know. I love that, you know. Obviously it makes you stand out because, you know, what you're doing is kind of from a different angle, but definitely, you know, there's less unison, some lovely harmonies, and unlike some of the acts, you know, the fact that there's a piano, it works really well, you know, with it, and I thought it was dynamite. I'd
lively, it was fantastic. It's of such a level that I hope you don't mind me making a couple of little things as well. You obviously work very well on the vowels because they're so clearly unified vowels, and there's one in particular where you sing a lovely dance. I was expecting it to dance, but not dance, which is great. And then you've got an R somewhere in the middle of that, and you go, aunt. So it was just a little harsh sound coming through. On dance, when you've got the open R, it sounded beautiful, but when you've got just an R in the middle of somewhere, it's halfway through, it didn't have the same brightness of the R's, it just sank under a little bit. One other thing, again, going back to John's point about the chesty, harsh sound, I think, and being really critical, it was just one voice at the very end which came powering through over the top of everything, and you could hear that one voice coming through really, really harshly. So it might be just worth listening to each other, listening around and seeing what's going on. But I mean, these are really tiny little bits, and well done.